Welcome to the Catholic Life Coach Podcast. My name is Carla Fitz. I am a certified life coach, wife, and mom of two beautiful little girls. My hope for this podcast is to offer support and empower other Catholic women to live their most authentic life, to share life coaching tools from a Catholic perspective in order to help you live a more fulfilling life filled with peace, joy, and abundance. Let's get started. Welcome. I am blessed to be here with you guys. I decided not to say I was super excited to be here with you guys this week, but I just did it again. But welcome. I am sincerely so blessed to be here as always. This week we celebrated Saint Ignatius of Loyola's feast day. It was on July 31st, so this past Monday, and I wanted to utilize his feast day to talk a little bit about discernment, discerning how we come up to make a decision and feel good about it. This is something that it's been in my life. I mean, we always have to make decisions, small decisions, big decisions, right? But when we are discerning something important, something big in our lives, it can be very tricky to know which is the right decision. And this is something that I have been experiencing for a while now. And one of the things that I have found super helpful has been following Saint Ignatius of Loyola, Discernment of Spirit. There's a book out there that if you have not read, I will highly recommend it. It is so good and it gives you so much clarity on what is happening within yourself when you are discerning something, when you're trying to make a decision. And also what is happening within you in a daily basis, because God gives us emotions and thoughts and situations that cause us to feel a certain way. And it is important for us to know what's coming from God and what is coming from the devil, right? So often we find ourselves feeling discouraged and distressed and frustrated and worried. And none of these emotions come from God. All of these emotions come because the devil is trying to stir us up so that we face the other way, so that we feel like God can't help us. And this is far from the truth. God is always there with us. In every moment of discernment, God is present in our life, trying to guide us. And it is so crucial that we understand what is happening within our spirit. Saint Ignatius of Loyola talks about discernment of spirit as a way in which God communicates through our hearts, through our minds, and through our souls. So of course, when we think of the heart, the way that God communicates with us is through our emotions, through our feelings. And when it comes to life coaching, this is so important to be aware of. And the way that we become more and more aware of our emotions is through fasting, through allowing ourselves to really feel what is coming up for us rather than buffering them away. What I mean with this is when we are trying to avoid emotions, what we do instead is we try to eat to distract ourselves. And then we miss out on how God is trying to communicate with us through our emotions. So the first one is through the heart. God communicates through the heart, through our emotions. The next one is through our minds, through our thoughts. When God is trying to communicate with us, He communicates with us through our thoughts. This is why spending time in journaling and why it's so important for us to spend time in quiet with God to know what He's trying to tell us through our thoughts. And the third one is through our souls. And what St. Ignatius talks about being in our souls is our desires. How is God trying to communicate with us through the things that we are wanting, what we are yearning for, what we are desiring? So when you are trying to discern something to make a decision, spend time really checking in what God is trying to communicate with you through your thoughts, through your emotions, and through your desires. We have talked about this quite a bit in the past few episodes, and the reason why is because this is something that I am currently also going through. I am currently discerning what God is wanting me to do He has placed desires in my heart that I think are so important, that I think He's utilizing to help me grow. But through this process of discernment, it is so important, and it has been for me to pay attention to what is happening within my emotions and my thoughts as well. So, what do you do when you are trying to make a decision? The first thing that I will share with you is to get clear on the question. What is it that you want to know? What is it that you wanted to make a decision on? So let me give you an example. Let's say you are questioning, should I marry this person? Or should I move to a different state? Should I move to a different country? That was a discernment I had to make when I was 16. Should I leave my country? But maybe for you is, should I change this job? Should I sell my house? Whatever it is, ask God that very specific question that you are trying to discern within you. Should I do this? Then pray for God to give you the graces to know, to give you courage, to give you wisdom on this decision that you are making right now. The next one is to gather information. Really inform yourself on what you can do right now and what's out there. So if you're looking for a job, find more information about these jobs that you're looking for, that you're willing to leave. If you are discerning whether or not to marry a person, gather as much information as you can, and then spend some time creating a list for yourself of the pros and the cons, but not just for one side. Make the pros and the cons for doing the thing and the pros and the cons for not doing the thing, right? To give you clarity. And then after you make the list, spend time praying, and then pray some more. But once you spend time in prayer, the way that you will know if you have achieved discernment is by an emotion. Because when you achieve discernment, when you find out what it is God is calling you to do, you will find peace and you will find freedom. You will start to feel the sensation of being at peace with what you have chosen, because you have involved God in this decision process. When you invite Him in, it is so much easier to know if the thing that you are choosing or the thing that you're deciding on is the right thing, because you find this peace within that decision. Now, another thing that you can do is ask God for confirmation. And I am not talking about some crazy sign of like, hey God, if 3 people get up from the pew at the same time, I will know that this is what you are asking me to do. But actually ask for confirmation in His word, in what He's sharing with you. I know that for me, when I was trying to discern if God was actually calling us to do this thing that I will share with you in time when things actually start to happen, I promise. But the point is, this has been a discernment for about a year now. So please know that my heart is with you, because I am going through it with you. And it is one discernment after another. I feel like once I make a decision, then I start moving towards it, and then I have to make a new decision. But involving God in this decision making, it makes it so much easier. I should say it's not easy, but it makes it easier when you involve Him in it. And this is why I'm so excited to share with you guys about St. Ignatius of Loyola's discernment of spirit and what I have been trying to do and to implement in my life, because God is asking me to grow in a different way. And this way is discerning and trusting in what He's asking us to do. And it is not easy, my friend. Know that it is not easy. But I know and trust that He is carrying us through it all. So when you ask for this confirmation, know that God is going to be persistent in what He's asking you to do. He's not going to tell you once and then done. He's going to remind you that He is there in that decision with you, that He is asking you to do this thing, and ask for God to confirm it to you. For me, it was spending time in reading, growing with Him. There were moments where God spoke so clearly, yes, this is what I want you to do. Or songs, or homilies. So many times He confirms what we are discerning through the priest, through people that we love. So ask God for this clarity. Ask God for information. spend time in the pros and cons, pray, and then ask God for confirmation for this thing that you are praying about. And the last thing is that know that all things are happening for you. All things are happening for your good. One of the things that life coaching has taught me, and God confirms over and over and over again, is that life is happening for us, not to us. We have authority over what we think and what we are feeling. God communicates through these thoughts and these emotions, and it is so important that we spend time in that space. But know that life is not happening to you, that you have a choice on how to react to your circumstances, and also know that life is happening for you, because all things that happen in our life are happening to help us grow. They are happening to help us become closer to God. They are not a mistake. Things are happening for you. Because all the things that are happening, all the things that God allows to happen, all the things that God puts us through are because He loves us, because He wants to help us grow. So in this time of discernment, spend time with Him and ask Him to give you the graces to really make a good, informed, and hopeful decision. Trust that He is walking with you, and trust that you are not alone. My heart goes out to you. I am with you, and know that I am praying for all of you. As I do these podcasts, know that I am thinking of each and every one of you. I don't know who you are. I don't know what you look like, but know that you are in my heart and that my prayers go out to you each time I am putting these together. God is giving me the information that I need to share with you, and this is why I am so blessed to be here. So, I hope you have an amazing rest of your week. And until next time, God bless. Thank you for joining the Catholic Life Coach podcast. If you enjoyed this podcast, make sure to share it with a friend, leave a 5-star review, and subscribe so that you get notified as soon as the episodes are out. Also, if you are a Catholic woman who is ready to gain authority over her thinking and gain some freedom for the rest of your life, make sure to apply to work with me. I am currently looking to support 5 women who are ready to feel more peace, joy, and abundance. The link is in the description. Until next time, God bless.